The 5 principles of cheating. The first one we are talking about is the impulse and accidental cheating.
Okay.
Impulse and accidental cheating happens when people mistakenly or not a planned to have something to do with someone, but it happens. Silent examples are our exes. Usually, if you're not able to keep or define the friendship between you and your ex, and you have a present relationship and you keep contact, there's a high tendency that when you guys come in a closed doors, there'll be a spark fire. You didn't deliberately say today I'm going to have sex with my ex, but maybe something happens and you guys have to catch up. And because you know each other from the past and you know where the keys are, no, before you realize,
okay,
so it has happened.
So that is an accidental.
Impulse. You could have, yes, you could have a colleague that you really admire. You guys are cool.
Alex keeps talking about energy.
Energy. You know, you guys are something probably on a bad day, on a day that you are not in the right mood.
You've drunk a bit,
or you are feeling down, and you need somebody to talk to, and the friend comes about. And sister, it's not something planned, but you know, we press this one a little. Oh, I'm not. You know, in short, sometimes when it's about to happen, you are trying to explain to the person, say, oh, I am in a relationship, but before you realize it, no, it is.
Now, Lady Rev, no, nyame or the chair, see a impulse.
God will forgive you.
God will forgive me. Okay.
But this is the thing. When you impulse cheat on your partner, for you to know that your partner did the impulsely, they confess.
So if there is no confession,
they break that relationship, they cut the relationship, they regret, they confess, they break it. If the confession doesn't come, once they've regretted and broken that relationship, it can also work for you. You can sometimes you see very good friends and all of a sudden they're not talking and they're not telling anybody what happened. Impulse cheating even happen with cousins. Sometimes your distance cousins.
Wow.
There's this very distant uncle back that you know it just happened. But you break it and know that this is wrong. I just don't want to be there. You don't impulse twice.
Impulse only once. So when it becomes 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times,
it is becoming decisive. You are decisive. You know, you are deliberately doing it.
So the first one, impulse, accidental. I like that pattern. To make me accident, no accident. With different people.
Mr. Madity.
All right.
The next one is chronic cheating. It's like, you know, those people that one is not enough for them. They can't be faithful. Chronic cheating has a lot of spiritual backings. And people they've probably broken somebody, they have been cursed. There are some families, those people, when you go home, you realize that every woman in that house have had 3 or 4 husbands. There are some homes when you go, you see that every man in that house has too many children with different women. There's a chronic, you know, they can't stick to one person. And we make the mistake and say that, oh, when I marry him, he will stop. Sister, for him, it's not as if he doesn't like you. He does like you. She does like you, but she can't. Exactly.
Something pushes him all the time, right?
Yes, she gets bored of one person. He or she is a sex maniac. Into your friends, you know, if you have introduced 3 friends or 5 friends, he has just chopped like 4. Into you are the 5th friend. Don't worry. It's our chronic situation.
Now, Lady Rev, and no sano, apart from the spiritual side, no, can't we attribute it to Obia Abia and a sex drive or high?
Yes, and we can also attribute it to somebody who had wrong sexual orientation from the beginning. When they were very young, they probably, you know, started having sex with elderly people, like house help, you know, with a child, on and on. It's, you know, so he got it often and more.
Not just any panel, right from Osano, YS card.
Exactly.
The orientation of sex as
and sometimes too, it is out of heartbreak or emotional being broken. They were faithful some time ago, but
I'll be honest, because like I'm mid-name for men. Most often when we get together and you find a man like who has multiple relationships, or Becca say, oh, because you used to intimate, you used to wear intimate because of nearby with the
exactly.
Prima kuma say this is how I'm going to live my life. I'm going to live my life. I will have multiple women. I'll keep breaking their hearts over and over and over again.
And so they start as a game, but before they get to a point they want to stop and they can't because it is now their addiction. So that human being is a chronic cheater. So if you have a partner who has impulsively cheated on you and you want to use the same measure stick of a chronic cheater to deal with the person, and then you're having it wrong.
Then it's wrong. Okay.
So how does, before we even proceed, one get to find out, say, a nipa way, or your chronic cheater?
Chronic diarrhea.
Or Sawin. How
but you just said, first, chronic cheater would always apologize and cry after they have done it, and they go back the next minute, and they tell you, I don't know what came over me.
It's but no cry no can.
It is well. Do you understand? And on.
Chronic one. Chronic was your bob back could be
underlining illness.
Underlining, chronic.
Underlying chronic disease, like underlying
chronic one, and also
exactly treatment. I mean, if chronic, and we take it from the background of the spiritual, sometimes married to a marine spirits and all of that. It's very important you go through a good deliverance, a very good deliverance, and take the person through a lot of counseling for them to know that even after the deliverance, there's a high possibility of they seeing, traits of attempts of going back. Again, if it is the physical heartbreak, you just have to school the person that you see the person. Yes, the person who did to you, let's say 8 years ago, the person is gone, and see, it is not right. Say other women,
have to bear the pain of
exactly. In both solution finding, the individual has to accept to say this is my problem.
Yes.
Because if you just mount all the time, let's go and let me pray for you because you're a chronic cheater, they'll argue, they'll fight with you. But in the life of every cheater, there's an emotional point. There's a point.
No correct. Okay.
There's a place where you can... Yeah, sometimes it's real, sometimes it's acting. Chronic in the sister. Oh no, sometimes it's real. Sometimes it's real. Sometimes that is just his way to not hurt you, but say that okay, tomorrow I'm going to do it again. Just clear the space.
Before we go to the next pillar, someone recently told me, say, this whole thing of cheating and faithfulness European style, and I say you did pushy on us as Africans.
Way of life.
Way of life.
Yes.
And impose it on us. Reason being, one man, one woman a day, and yet African
tradition.
Yenye tradition and say, Bema ebe to me have multiple wives. So obey to me. I'm maintaining no one show more. No son, there is respect for you, one woman. May have you another one, another respect. May have you another one, another respect. Reason being, young fan is so be on a sex drive yeah high. Me say mean to me NJ every, mean to me in dink it home every night be decide this out. May ya Germans since and now sometimes other reasons were what. On to me ne hearing every decide so for another one. But no ye ne akwako ye nipa no so ho ade.
Exactly.
Na ye dina onti and no ye hu said those times nka side chicks bebre ya ye hu. Any messages bebre ankofo ka say is not the person is not giving me, the person is not giving me, the person is not giving me no ke twetwa because ya woni eyimo a ebu ne nsa etumi kwa adwo because on no say ne intimacy drive no high.
But did they solve problems? Did it solve the intimacy drive? No, it didn't. At the end of the day, the side effect was that the children suffered. Out of that home, polygamous home, sometimes the children are about 31. The father can only take care of, let's say, 1 or 2. And what happened to the rest of them? Do you understand? The women are not being able to really empower themselves to make a choice to say, okay, really, I want to work to this side. I want to do this for myself before I get married. By the time you are 25, your parents is looking for Kwesi Crassie or any other person to go and, put you there. I don't think it's an European thing. I think that Christianity came to swallow up some few things.
Because now there were flaws.
Exactly. Our culture. And once you are a Christian, you know that your first point of lookout is the doctrine of Christ.
Okay. All right.
Do you understand? Yes. Again, we had disadvantages where there were too much rivalry. People were, you know, against each other. And we are going to do for my husband. Not every woman accepted the fact that the second woman should come. And then after you come after a year, you have stroke. You are going mad. There were all kind of things that, you know, went on. Using
the Christian as a
exactly. So if Christ gave us a jacket that
helps.
That helps. Look, if your wife and your husband understand versatility of sex and your sex language is good, all these side chicks works are not really needed. The problem is that we don't focus on how to improve our sexual language in the relationship.
Okay. So what would be the
third pillar?
The third one will be the blackmail cheating.
Blackmail cheating.
So this is where your partner didn't necessarily wanted to cheat on you, but the job that she was going to look for, the boss said, if you don't sleep with me, I'm not going to give you the job.
In that context?
In that context. Okay. This is where your husband owes somebody. And the woman said that if you don't sleep with me, I'm putting you to jail. I can let it go. Only when you have a thing or two to do with me. Your husband is working at a place and the owner is the woman. And he said, you know, it's almost like a blackmail. Again, sometimes your husband has been caught impulsively cheating by a friend of yours. Now, for her to keep quiet and not come and say it to you, no. I do have to collect her too.
In the yard.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
So you understand, it's blackmail. The person is being blackmailed into, and I don't want to sit here and say that, where is your willpower? I know our willpower is progressively made. We all don't have that strong.
Yeah.
Some of us can say no to hell. I take your job and let me go.
Yes.
But there's some people, take your job and let me go. It will be a difficulty. It will be a difficulty. If you go home, you are in trouble. Children are looking at you. School fees is looking at you. You got to be a man. You have to walk through the doors as a man. And yes, I know you are pressing on perfection. It's not something you want to do. Paul said that the things I want to do, I cannot do it. And the things I don't want to do, I do them. So, you know, sometimes let's not think, say, they should be overnight supernatural and better. It could be a blackmail for once and never go there again. And if somebody is being blackmailed, they also have the tendency of confessing.
Okay.
Exactly. They have the tendency of their attitude change with their partner. You could see there's something burdening them, but they can't tell you because they also don't know how you are going to react unless your partner is very matured. And you say, before I got the job, my boss did A, B, and C.
To we say what do you advise? Overcatch your partner before you do and after you.
And that's what I wanted to.
Before you do, dear sister, and their job, they won't let you do it.
And no, then it's slightly different from impulse. Impulse, we say one shedder in and happen. Blackmail need a cynical catcher.
And you made a decision, but you didn't make a will decision. It's as if that it's a do or die affair.
Oh, that is very
you know, it's very difficult. Sometimes after blackmail cheating, you break up with your partner. You know that you've not been fair, and yet you can't tell the person, say, what I did to bring, food on the table is this. The next one will be the challenge cheating. That is the very popular cheating methodology we have. All the challenges that make people step out. And then she doesn't respect me, he doesn't buy me this, he's not responsible, and he's that, and he's the 2 minutes man, and he's a 5 seconds guy, and he's this one, no communication, he doesn't bath. All the challenges.
He doesn't bath in Soka.
Yes.
He doesn't bath.
The kind of job he does if he doesn't bath.
But you have the last one. I know your challenge.
Challenge cheating.
Challenge cheating.
Yes. And the last one will be the decisive one. Sister, it's not an impulse. You are not chronically sick. Nobody is blackmailing you. You don't have any challenge in your home. You now, you have told yourself.
Yes, I won't die
Before I go on retirement, I need to upgrade my CV.
Yes. Yes, upgrade my CV.
When you look at the walls, I say, I have a master's here, I have a PhD here, I have this one here. Just say, you two, you have done somewhat, son of man.
Something about any Osha Max morning now, and come on, you're cheating. Are you guilty? Obi cheating on you da, and I said, what's so Otiwana Osha, you know, we cheated, and I said, who cheated. Now, lots of comments, Eba. Keep the comments coming. Lady Rev and NHN Como. The first one was say impulse, right? Cheating. And a second one was say chronic cheating. And a third one is blackmail. So will be blackmail cheating. And a fourth one is
challenged.
And bibinti and a umbume or nemen kasa or 2 minutes.
It doesn't give me, you know.
And the last one is we are
decisive.
Decided.
Nobody
okay, so let's get straight into some of the messages that more sending and are paying. Now, Hadessa say,